A man in a wig, holla.
Guys, the girls are fighting.
You have nothing, you are nothing, and your pussy is absolutely nothing, bitch. And it is worthless to you. So what the fuck would I be jealous of you for having one?
Unfiltered.
Gather, people, gather. Because at this point, the TS Madison and DL Whisperer brawl got so loud, so intense, that I cannot ignore it anymore. We got to get into this.
I want to knock them the fuck out. Like, I want to beat the fuck out of TS Madison. I want to beat the fuck out of Sherry. I want to beat the fuck out of Dominique. I'm not being nice anymore because at the end of the day, trans women are aggressive ass niggas. So you know what? I gotta be an aggressive ass nigga. I know that TS Madison is gonna listen to this. I know that the trannies are gonna listen to this, and I need them to know, like, you don't have to keep looking for me. We all know I live in Atlanta. So if they need any issues, I can give them that.
So it's on site.
It's on site.
Listen, y'all better get comfortable. Grab a snack, get a drink, grab a blanket. You already know what I say. And if you're on the road or if you're at your job, put your earphones in. Because when I tell you guys that I will leave not one stone unturned today, oh God, I'm taking it all the way from the beginning, guys, all the way from the 2000s up to a few hours ago. Yes, we are digging deep in it. So if you want to hear about some mess that has absolutely nothing to do with us, you are in the right place. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often.
Okay, guys, so listen. This mess didn't start with the DL Whisperer. That chaos is the end of the story. We are taking it, pulling it back all the way to the beginning. You already know how your girl does. It all started in the Atlanta blogger trenches. Remember that time in the beginning of the 2000s when everybody had a blog? Everybody called themselves a blogger. Everybody had some tea. And everybody was quietly watching everybody else. And back at that time, guys, people like Michelle ATLien Brown, the woman behind Straight from the A, she was running that space. But there were numerous of others. Now, if you know of some of, the big bloggers at that time, put it in the comments. But she was the one that really started blogging and getting in everybody's business in Atlanta. This was way before YouTube was really a thing. But then, guys, then came Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva on the scene.
Pretty women's wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute, nor built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, my hair is laid, phenomenally laid. That's me.
Now, Funky Dineva wasn't reporting the tea. He was the tea. And although Funky Dineva started blogging at first, he quickly picked up a mic and he went viral by dragging celebrities and acting foolish online. His commentary was shady, theatrical, and very Atlanta. Wigs, commentary, dragging reality stars like they owed him money. He did it all.
Yes, God, Nessa girl, my hair is laid like Erica Mama, bitch. Did you see this last episode of Love and Hip Hop?
And guys, I got to give it to him. He really made sure that Atlanta knew who Funky was in no time. And while all this was going on, because guys, once you're doing something, someone else is watching in the cut. So during that time, a new player came into the blogger space. And this one did not come in quietly. She came in loud, wine glass in one hand, microphone hot. She didn't just enter the gossip world. She kicked down the door, guys. Kicked it off the hinges. Tasha K. Now, her platform, Unwind with Tasha K, grew exponentially fast, guys. And the reason why it grew so fast is that she didn't really play by the regular blogger rules. She said anything about anybody, whether the receipts were solid or not. Fearless.
I am Tasha K. I am a personality. So which means you guys watch, view, and sip wine to my personality. Good, bad, indifferent, a bitch, condescending, narcissistic. I'm Tasha K. That's what you guys have chosen to subscribe to. And I will never, ever, listen to me, get your wine, okay? Because I don't want you taking this personal. I've taken it personal. Because you guys have deliberately asked me to be something that I'm not. Okay? You don't want to be on this channel? Get out the comments. Don't be talking shit. Unsubscribe. Go on with your life. There's plenty of creators out there bringing wine, but I guarantee you they can't bring this motherfucking wine like I can.
And we all know that that strategy led to the whole lawsuit, that infamous lawsuit with Cardi B, where Cardi B won a massive defamation judgment.
In 2019, like, imagine somebody saying that you have a disease and then thousands of people
Run with it.
And not only are they running with it, they're calling you names. And then you have a daughter, and like every other mom, you kissing your daughter and everything, and people are saying like, don't kiss culture on the lip, don't kiss your kid on the lip because you have herpes, blah, blah, blah. That was insane. And then not only that, but
And there was a video popping up on you every single day with that person. Almost.
every day. And then like just making extremely disgusting lies, because you can make certain, not you can make, but it's like some people are gonna say little stupid little lies, but to make serious accusations, like this was the last straw for me. The last straw was when that person said that my dad, a teenager, like it's like, now you're not messing with me, you messing with somebody that's deeply, dearly in my heart.
And Tasha K was summoned to pay her approximately $4 million that she, by the way, still has not paid.
I want this on the record. I had 2 production companies that came to me and said, we want to pay the money. So there needs to be a collaborative effort here. I said, okay, go to the other party. The other party didn't even respond. They put up $1 million, they put up $2 million. They said, make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. I went and got that money, and it wasn't even going to come from me. It was coming from 2 other production companies. These are facts. So for everybody out here, oh, Tasha broke, Tasha ain't got this. My thing is like, if the money needed to be paid, it could have been paid. But the problem was, they didn't want it from me. I mean, they didn't want it from nobody else. They wanted it from me, because that would have financially crippled me.
But I digress. Now, guys, let's also talk about TS Madison, because TS Madison, her journey was a little bit different.
Is it on, honey? Is it on? What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my bitches, Christian, Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl TS Madison, and I'm coming to you live, and always and forever in color.
Now, she started out as a sex worker, then quickly went to viral internet fame as a transgender porn star, but then managed to pivot as a social media influencer.
You grew up in the South.
Mm-hmm.
When in your life did you think, like, I feel with my gender, like, I feel like I'm not necessarily a boy?
I would say 17. I wanted to be with men, but I didn't want to be with men as a man. I didn't want men to lust after me as a man because I felt like that they were gay. I'm 44 now. I rushed to tell people that because there was a time I didn't think that I was going to make it to 25. As a LBGT, all them fucking letters of color, free from the sex work prison. I do think it's a prison. You know, it traps you mentally, it traps you emotionally, and it traps you financially. I was a prostitute, but now I'm a television producer.
Fox Soul gave her a show. Turned out with TS Madison.
Welcome to the very first episode of Turned Out with TS Madison on Fox Soul.
Now, TS Madison started inviting people to her platform, and this quickly turned very big. She had Monique on, she had several people on her show, but also Tasha K. Now, at that time, T.S. Madison didn't treat her like an enemy. Let T.S. Madison tell it. Tasha K. even went to her house together with her son. It was all cordial, and T.S. Madison gave her a chance to speak out against this whole lawsuit that she had with Cardi B at the time, when there wasn't no settlement yet. So Tasha K. went on T.S. Madison's show, and she aired out.
So, Tasha, girl, let's jump right into the depths of it.
Let's get it.
How did you get yourself into this situation with Cardi B? Sister, why?
I mean, protocol is the same. You know, celebrities, you know, they hit their Instagram. I said, sue her. So she sued. That's what went down.
But Tasha, I just want to know, honestly, was it worth, you just not taking any of the videos down?
It was.
Now, guys, you really need to track with your girl because we're going this way, that way, this way, that way. But, I always have to give you the full picture. I cannot give you the 1, 2, 5 minutes. I need to give you everything. Sit, listen, put your ear. So we are going to segue into Just Hilarious. Don't worry, guys. It will all tie in. So the internet exploded one day when Just Hilarious came forth and she made comments about transgender women.
Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
And what is so disappointing to me sometimes is black women, they ate it up. To me, I don't care what you identify as. I couldn't care less if you want to identify as a flower pot. What does that do to me? So all these really intense, commentaries that I see on TikTok or people calling each other out, calling each other names, coming for transgender women or whatever. I have never cared about it. I don't know why. It doesn't affect me. I really don't know. But the fact that it's so intense when these women speak about this, you're a woman. They know they're trans. End of story. To me. So that debate of Just Hilarious quickly started spreading across social media, and especially across black social media.
How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers.
Tell me why I'm just finding out that video the black trans woman made saying that essentially cis women don't own womanhood and they don't own periods was a 2-year-old video made in response to a cis woman being violently transphobic towards a trans man. You don't even know the context. That video was me responding to a cis woman being transphobic to a trans man, which is why I said you don't own period, you don't own womanhood. A Republican went on my page, because the video is 2 years old, went on my page, clipped it, and had that quick little moment, put it on Twitter, and went viral. It had like 5 million views in one day. And that's how the drama started. And then someone clipped it and put it on Instagram, and that's how Jess got involved. Anybody who's on Twitter knows the account lives at TikTok. They usually post inflammatory content targeting people who are left-leaning or who they consider liberals. This account on Twitter essentially went looking through this woman's profile for content to completely strip of its context.
Now, of course, as you can imagine, as being a big social media influencer, a big voice within media itself, TS Madison came forth and she started defending the trans women.
Jess, on numerous occasions, has said that, men have, misgendered her. Mm-hmm. Misgendering is a part of transphobia.
So transgender women don't identify as female?
I don't identify as female, no. I identify as a trans woman.
So you agree with Jess's position that was bullshit?
I agree that Jess took what she heard because I also took what I heard out of context. Like, nah, what the fuck?
So I didn't even hear that part. Because I, like the rest of the world, react to clips.
Cis women don't own womanhood when it comes down to menstruation because it also applies to trans men and intersex. I was like, I got it.
And then Tasha K saw opportunity and she jumped into the conversation.
I gave her the exclusive on what happened after my case, right? She called me up. She's like, Tasha, this is what I really want to do. Please. No problem, Maddie. Didn't question. Came over there, got an outfit, makeup artist, all that shit, just for her. Just for her and her show that she had on Fox Soul that we can't find right now in the archives. Okay. Gave her the highest rated show next to Monique. Mine is the second highest rated show. And in order to, I guess, draw a line in the sand, she decides to throw on, what is that ugly bitch name that she always with? Sophia. She let Sophia do a segment before my segment was coming on. And Sophia talked about bloggers that were liars. Yeah, these bloggers just be lying. And they need to go to jail. They need to do this. They need to do that. And it was on for about 15 minutes. Right? You remember that, Jasmine? And so right after that segment comes my segment. Introducing Tasha K, and she's here about Cardi B. Maddie lets other people do her dirty work for her. Maddie ain't gonna take it to your face that she got a problem with. She'll let somebody else do it. Call Maddie. I said, what the fuck is this? I didn't know, Tasha. How the fuck you didn't know when you producing the show? It's your show. I know everything that comes out. We had conversations here and there, between that. I was keeping it cordial, keeping it cute.
Now, instead of being neutral and just giving your commentary and, telling the people what has been going on, she jumped in and she started questioning TS Madison directly.
And then you want to call us sis. I'm not your sis. I'm not your fish. I'm not none of that. I'm your fucking mammy. And you get it right. You bitches wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have these hair colors. The Chinese made these wigs for us. It's not enough money, y'all motherfuckers, to keep the market going. It's just not enough. So what I'm saying is they make lashes for us. Dresses for us. Because out of 20 black women, there's only one trans, which means we are the gatekeepers to everything. There's certain things we can do that you can't do. We just get up and it's just there. You got to prep and be there. And just to have the privilege of just being a perfect woman at all times. And we can't, because we got children, husbands, men, periods, menstruals, menopause, all types of shit. Cortisol level, thyroid level, all types of shit. We ain't got to do all this. But we still got more motherfucking problems than y'all, and you want to use it irresponsibly when you've been given a platform by black women to be allowed into this space like Gabrielle Union gave you a fucking part in a fucking movie. As a black woman.
Now, immediately, the people came forth, and they were like, let's hold up now, hold up. This seems very transphobic. It was not long before TS Madison came to the front, and she was like, hold up, what? Because, guys, now the person that sat on her couch, aired out her problems, went to her home, went to her own platform of T.S. Madison. Now this person was talking about her?
First of all, I never didn't like that hoe. She came on my fucking show, and I've never disrespected her, none of those things. You feel me? But that's why I say, I see it came from you grabbing for straws because you trying to be relevancy. I make hoes
relevant.
I do.
Yeah.
So that situation went from debate to betrayal real fast.
Here's what I'm going to say about Tasha K. And then I'm going to close with this. Mm-hmm. I really ain't mad at that hoe. Mm-hmm. I never was mad at her because, I just read her for coming from my mama. Mm-hmm.
Which is so disrespectful.
I wouldn't have never said shit to that motherfucking nappy neck ass bitch if she wouldn't have came from, I wouldn't have read her kids, nothing. I wouldn't have said nothing to her. I'd have let her talk because I understand, you feel me, what she was doing it for. She got 4 million fucking problems that she got to worry about. I'm not nowhere near the stratosphere of the problem that she want. You feel me? I'm from Florida. We whoop bitches ass and go about our motherfucking business. I wouldn't put my hands on her because she a woman, so I'm not gonna whoop on her. But I'm just saying this how we get down. I knew she was grabbing at straws and all this stuff. The shit that pissed me off with her was that bitch jumped in. There is a big issue with black women. There's clearly on both sides, black trans women, black bio women. There's a big problem. Unloved, unappreciated, the most demeaned. But bitch, that wasn't you. I don't like the fact that you tried to attach yourself to something
that had nothing to do with you.
That ain't had nothing to do with you, because bitch, you are a black woman that further perpetuates stigmas involving black women. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You not trying to help your black sister, bitch. And so you jumped on that because this was clickbait for you to help you make more money to pay a person that you lied on.
Because ain't no checks coming in.
Because if you was really about protecting black women, bitch, you wouldn't attack Cardi B. You wouldn't attack my mom.
Or you wouldn't attack your mama.
First, you wouldn't attack my mom.
Nothing to do
ain't
with
had shit to do with.
This is between, even if it doesn't have anything to do between me and you.
It wasn't that between me and her. That was between Jess' conversation, Jess's opinion, in my opinion.
Now, Atlanta is one of the biggest LGBTQ hubs in the United States, like it or not. But like any community, guys, this is not one unified hub. This is not a monolith. These are factions, different personalities, different cliques, but also different power structures. And in all of this, guys, I think it is safe to say that TS Madison is the most visible black trans figure in media today. And that visibility, guys, that visibility also comes with influence, of course. But with influence, as y'all know, comes what? Criticism. And this is the point, guys, where the story goes from messy to chaotic. Because all of a sudden, out of the blue, now for me, out of the blue, I don't know. For me, it was out of the blue. This young man came forth, Naquan Palmer, also known as the DL Whisperer.
What does the DL Whisperer mean? Like, explain it.
Yeah, so of course we know DL men, down low men. So the whisperer part is because I feel like after my experiences, because I don't shy away from telling people that I have dealt with DL men in the past. I'm formerly known as the DL lover boy. You're gonna see a lot of people talk about the DL lover boy. They're gonna tell you that I was bashing women and bragging about being with DL men. They'll never show you any video proof.
Now he stepped on the scene, and like Tasha K, he didn't step on the scene really quiet and then all of a sudden a star is born. No, he came in and he kicked down them TikTok doors.
How to tell if your man is DL part whatever. So a DL man is always going to want to argue. Like, if you're with a DL man, he's always going to pick an argument. He always wants to argue. He's always going to be moody. He's always going to find something wrong with everything you do to, of course, pick an argument. And like I tell people, they try to create this relationship where they're always going to pick at you because they want you to feel inadequate, that you can't do anything right. And what that's going to do is create a relationship where you feel like you need validation from them. So you're going to do everything in your power to be perfect for them and get their validation, and they're still not going to give it to you because they don't like women.
Now, his entire brand was built around exposing men that were living DL lives. And the women, especially black women, they ate it up. Now let him tell it. It wasn't really exposing the men, but it was more of helping the women recognize which man was on the DL or not.
In the DL Whisperer, women ask me questions. So a lot of women were coming to me asking, if my man is into trans women, if he's watching trans porn, or if he's telling me that he has any thoughts about trans women, is he gay? And of course, what am I going to say? Yes, they're not women. So if he wants a trans woman who has a penis, he's gay.
Oh, guys, like I said, the women ate it up, wanting to know if their man might be on the list. Now, if you ask me, once you have to ask a question to someone, is my man, on that list? Is my man DL? I think you asking that question is already your answer. That is my opinion, guys. Once you ask this question, that is your answer. You have a decision to make. But I digress. Now let the DL Whisperer tell it. His goal was somewhat of activism, exposing hypocrisy, protecting women, and revealing hidden relationships.
What I realized is that me exposing the men that I stuck with wasn't going to help anybody. Unless you're sleeping with them, unless you're Tamar Braxton and you need to know that your husband is DL, or if you're these other people that I've talked about.
How did Tamar get in this? What do you know about Tamar?
Well, Vince was my first sugar daddy. You gotta listen.
I need a minute.
Oh, God. Can you believe this, guys? Vince. Hey, guys.
Need a minute.
You gotta listen. It's a lot that you gonna find out. That's why I gotta move out of Atlanta, because everybody want my head. Because you gotta think, I wasn't always messy, so I used to be in the folds.
You said Vincent Herbert.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly. You can say
was
allegedly.
your sugar daddy?
Yes.
How did you meet Vince?
I met him at a restaurant. So I would always meet him when he went there, because Tamar would wait in the car and he would always go in, and I would just kind of meet up with him, see him there, because nobody didn't really,
You're talking about when Vince had money?
Yeah, when he had money. And this was 2015, 2016, because I was just graduating high school. I know. But nobody didn't really know him.
So you've had sexual relations?
No, I don't sugar daddies. Let's be clear. I just get money and, give them a fantasy. So I never slept with him. But he wanted to help me through college. At this time I was...
Well, what would you do for him? Let him see you or something?
Talk, pictures, videos. I'll entertain it like that. But as far as letting me, you're not going to fuck me. But I'm not going to tell them that.
How much money did he give you?
Not that much. Maybe $5,000 over time. Because this did carry on for a couple of months. But at a time, maybe $500 at max. And you got to think, I was young.
So would you consider Vincent a DL man?
Of course. Tamar know that though. That's why do you think she's on prep? She knows that her husband is DL.
And you know what is so weird to me? After he said this, I haven't heard Vince nor Tamar talk about this. But if I missed it, leave it in the comments. Now, in one interview, he even described the type of man that he exposes. Those types are, according to him, very masculine, very protective over women, framing his work of being the work of defending these women and keeping these women, protecting them from deception.
He'll probably end up with a man. Because they're going to build those emotional connections. That's why he loves his homeboys and doesn't give a damn about you. That's why he can tell them he loves them every time he's about to get off the phone. But with you, he barely tells you he loves you. With them, he can talk to them respectfully, doesn't raise his voice. He knows how to communicate with them. With you, he has no type of communication skills. So it's not that he doesn't have the skills. He just doesn't care about you. And if he cares about them more than he cares about you, and you and him are sleeping beside each other every night, well, that should tell you something. Don't you think you should be sleeping beside those men? But anyways, you know, I'm the DL Whisperer, so I'm always listening. I'm going to give you the most accurate information.
Now, framing the message like that helped him build a massive following. And aside from building that massive following and some serious traction, he also got a lot of sympathy, especially from women.
Other thing that the DL Whisperer has exposed to me is that a lot of women are actually attracted to gay men. I feel like so many women are learning the do's and don'ts of DL men or whatever the case may be.
But that brand also became very hard to maintain.
In May, my life was threatened by Freebands gang. You know who Freebands is?
I've heard of him. Isn't he with Future's crew?
Okay, well, that Freebands is the crew.
Okay.
But, yeah, because, I gotta make sure. Like, I'm trying to make sure. Fight about a motherfucking TikTok? Like, this is gonna fight me? Like, do he not know I will whoop his motherfucking ass? You did. Can you come? Come on.
Alright, I'm good.
What's in your pockets?
Delete all the videos.
Where's my phone?
Everything off your phone.
Where's my other phone? This nigga got my other phone. Give me my phone.
I don't have your phone anyway, but get my phone.
Bitch, I'm not stupid. Because, like, people be trying to, people will try to kill you. I have received a lot of hate. I'm not even going to lie.
Now, I can say for sure that, maintaining this brand and with all sorts of dangers attached to it, guys, I don't know if this was the point that his content started to shift. And the shift was very visible to me.
I promised Madison I wouldn't say anything. He keeps posting about me because he wants me to respond to him, and this is how he gets traction. I read him twice, like in April when he said something about me, and then like a month ago when he came back to my page. And since then, he has created false documents making me seem like I was a person that touched children, and I had to come on here and take people onto the website. Like, and someone sent me, I guess he's started his YouTube with these videos because it gets traction, because the large portion of the world is transphobic.
So his energy suddenly shifted towards Dominique Morgan. His mission was exposing this collaboration that Dominique had, this nonprofit collaboration starting a starter house for trans women and men that went through hardships and really needed some kind of kickstart in life.
On Transgender Day of Visibility, yes, the TS Madison Starter House is officially visible and open.
Now, he came for that, and he was like, listen, these people, especially that Dominique, she is known, allegedly, for doing all sorts of sketchy things.
Breaking at noon, an Omaha native indicted in New York. Dominique Morgan is accused of allegedly stealing nearly $100,000 meant for a Brooklyn-based bail program. KETV News Watch 7's Alex McClune joins us live with the details. Alex?
Yeah, Waverly Morgan is a prominent figure in the LGBTQ plus community, emceeing events, modeling for Apple, and recently honored with a street dedication at 25th and Taylor Streets here in Omaha. This is video from last year. The Brooklyn District Attorney's Office indicting Morgan with 1 count of second-degree grand larceny and 23 counts of first-degree falsifying business records. Morgan was released without bail and ordered to return to court December 18th. She faces a max sentence of 5 to 15 years in prison if convicted of the top count.
And then he said, no, wait. They are mishandling funds in that starter house project. And the people were like, what? fraud. Those accusations with the following he has quickly became the central narrative in all type of interviews.
I'm not running from nobody. Y'all, they said this happened August of 2022. So you want to tell me a black trans woman stole 100K and bitch, I sit here in my house today? I don't believe Gabrielle did. I believe that I believe Alana wanted my job, which she got because because we were all, none of us were staff of the Okra Project. We were all contracted. So as soon as I was gone, Alana instantly became the executive director, the girl who had interviewed for the job. And she was in charge of $4 million. And then in January, she got fired. Because she bought a house in Puerto Rico and started a nonprofit. Like all of these things. And that's why every hoe is going to have to look me in the face.
Those videos spread, and guys, you already know that scandal travels faster than facts. Now, at one point, Tasha's coverage referenced to certain allegations of fraud as well, tied to TS Madison, which was for her a perfect bridge to reignite her personal attacks.
Remember, this is 2024 when this happened. He has been sitting on the boards of multiple non-for-profit organizations that just so happen to be all centering around trans rights, trans issues, and stuff like that. And it sounds good, right?
Let me
Until
interrupt you
dig
for a
into it.
second. This is where I need the like real women that bleed. I need you to understand, and I need you to listen to what Nyla's about to say, okay? I want you to put all your little Trump fears away, and he's the bad. I want you to really listen at what Nyla is about to unwind for every single biological woman there is in the world, okay? Especially in the United States of America. And T.S. Madison, in my opinion, is very complicit in this because this is her partner and co-founder on the Starter House that we're gonna get into. But go ahead, Nyla, start from where you were going.
So when the Dia Whisperer came forth and he was making all these allegations and these videos spread like wildfire, T.S. Madison wasn't having it, not on her name. So she invited him to her platform and asked him to come forth and to debunk these allegations and to tell the people that what he has been saying, what he has been talking straight out of his neck, let T.S. tell it. Those accusations were false. He declined.
And let's just be clear, after this interview, as you can see, TS Madison went to Twitter and we did have a little back and forth argument, but he told me that I have a big platform and that it was wrong for me to sit up here and say that they're men and that those men that deal with them are gay. And he wanted me to come on his podcast to say that trans women are women and that men that deal with them aren't gay. You haven't saw me yet.
He chose not to come to her platform. Better yet, guys, he doubled down.
They got me to this point because I want to knock them the out. Like, I want to beat the out of TS Madison. I want to beat the out of Sherry. I want to beat the out of Dominique.
So when the Dia Whisperer started targeting Madison, the conversation inside these LGBTQ spaces got very heated. Now, some people defended Madison strongly, while others were on the side of the Dia Whisperer. And throughout it all, you might ask, why did Tasha K keep getting dragged in to all of this? She didn't just ignore the Dia Whisperer. She didn't just listen and gave her commentary about the Dia Whisperer. No, she platformed him, hyped him up. She discussed his allegations. She promoted his clips. She even interviewed him.
Dick is valuable.
T.S. Madison made a lot of money doing porn, calling her, himself the big bitch.
Mm-hmm. People like a circus, though. I always tell people, like, think about how a circus operates. People will go and watch a circus, so of course they'll pay for their trans stuff. And you got to think they watch porn and they're perverted. It's always a lane for somebody.
I know I'm gonna get flack for this. I feel that I respect white trans people more than I respect black trans people because you don't see the white folks exposing their clients.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see them beating up women, beating them to the point where they want, just because we won't acknowledge you. Yeah. It's like they understand their land. I don't see that going on in the white trans community, but in the black trans community, they will literally physically try to fight me into saying that they are women. And I'm like, how could I am not delusional.
Platformed him in every way possible, guys. And for T.S. Madison supporters, using this, like Tasha K helping the Dia Whisperer, as an amplified attack. Now, Tasha K's audience saw this differently. They argued that, she was simply covering a story and letting someone speak and give their opinion. Now, the online drama quickly escalated, but when you think it was already bad, It amplified and went to worse when the DL Whisperer had the desire to go even more viral because he had the bright idea to wanting to pay TS Madison a visit and go to her house.
If it wouldn't have took me so long to find the house, because see, the address on Google is accurate. The address on Google for Mr. Madison is not accurate. That's not his real address. So I had a little bit of trouble at first because, I thought I had the address, but I didn't see that door. So I'm like, nah, this can't be it. Like, nah, that can't be it. Like, nah. But I found it. I found it. The address on Google is wrong as hell. That's why I was like, your house wasn't that easy to find. I just have people.
Oh, God, guys. This made a turn for the worse. Because trust and believe, T.S. Madison quickly got whiff of it. And she decided to clap back.
Because these motherfuckers that online right at this current moment talking about they was going to pull up at my shit. I ain't said nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Right. Just know I'm home. Right. You pull up in my driveway. You's a dead bitch. You pull up in front of my mailbox with that bullshit. You's a dead bitch. You leave your house to come to mine? Right. You want it? Come get it.
I was telling you guys
I'm home.
Right. I told you last time. I said, bitch, I already know my hiding spot in my house.
I'm home.
I know my house better than you.
I'm home.
Now you know your girl. You know me. I'm very sharp, very observant. And you already know sometimes the receipts just fall into my lap. I can't help it. So guys, picture this. So I was sitting and I was watching one of T.S. Madison's live. And then I saw this.
Because again, if it was...
Where? At whose house?
You at this house? She said at this house.
Are they still there?
They still there, Ms. Mary? Are they still there? There's a black car in front of the house.
Oh. Because even with security, if it was a straight nigga.
Now, guys, you know me, observant, Debs. So I immediately side-eyed the situation because I've seen the DL Whisperer running his mouth and talking all kinds of crazy talk, wanted to go and visit and finding the house or whatever. So when I saw that, I was like, this can't be. Who's at the house? This can't be him. He wouldn't be that stupid. Could it be? And as you can see, guys, she is looking at her phone, looking at her Ring camera. But she played it off and she was like, there's nobody at my house.
They're not at my door.
Okay, Miss Mary said she don't see her.
I mean, they're not at my door.
Move.
But ain't nobody at my door.
Talking about her second house, I believe. So I was like, all right, well, she checked it. Ain't nobody there. Guys, when I tell you, not even, now let me not say how long, because I don't know exactly how long, but to me, this went fairly fast. Not even a couple of days. Footage came out, guys. And when I say he couldn't be that stupid, oh yes, he could be.
TS Madison, bring that ass outside. Look where I'm at, ho. TS Madison, bring that ass outside. Look where I'm at, ho.
Guys, where do they do this at? You already know who you're going up against. T.S. Madison, the spiritual priestess. This woman plays in her marbles, her stones and everything. And she already says once she puts her claws in something, she won't let go. Why would you do this to yourself on camera? This, to me, is a level of stupid that I haven't seen that much in my life. Needless to say, T.S. Madison responded in the most serious way possible and proceeded legal protection almost immediately. Restraining orders were reportedly sought against the DL Whisperer, and that moment changed the entire tone of this whole situation. Because now, guys, the story wasn't just internet gossip anymore. Now it was about safety. Now it was about harassment. Now we were talking legal boundaries. Guys, now if you are still here, click a like for your girl. Because you know, getting all these receipts took me about 12 years. Click it. Don't ask questions. Click a like for your girl. Please. Thank you. So these boundaries were quickly set by TS Madison with a TPO, a temporary restraining order. This restraining order said, do not come near TS Madison and do not talk about her as well. Oh, wait, guys, it gets even more juicy. Because when the DL Whisperer was silenced with this TPO, Tasha K thought this was the perfect opportunity to come forth and step in. But little did she know, I really don't think she knew, Tasha. You know, I have nothing against you, girl, but did you know it would play out like this? I thought you were a pro at this. The whole legal battles and everything. You should be. Now, her stepping in made the situation from bad to worse, if that was even possible. It escalated in a blink of an eye when she went to her socials and she said the following. The fishmen are jealous of the DL Whisperer's sudden rise to fame. His social impact needs to be studied. Anything he can post, I will. Ain't no restraining orders on me. It's always up. She was like, listen, if he wants to roast, dox, do whatever to whomever, and he cannot do it anymore, I will gladly take on the role to doing it myself. Little did she know that would be the biggest mistake. And then right after that, she said, see y'all tonight. We got 3 shows and none of them include Brorilla. Because, you know, that time Brorilla, that whole story with the sister was really, you know, booming. Then she had you see that thumbnail of TS Madison and the DL Whisperer. Of course, everybody was tuned in. And she went off.
May any hit dog or man in a wig holla. Now, I'm very aware of what's been going down between TS Man and the DL Whisperer. I've been watching very closely. You guys know that I support the DL Whisperer. So, I've been seeing the back and forth, and has it gotten quite, it went from information based, because, you know, I'm a follower of the DL Whisperer. A lot of us are, okay? And we appreciate the work that he's doing out here, okay? He's taking their wigs off. He's taking the makeup off, all right? And so I've been watching what's going on back and forth and how it's escalated, and now the Shade Room is involved, where Justin Carter is even covering it and making sure that certain information gets out on, you know, restraining orders that are actually put on both. So the DL Whisperer has a restraining order on him from TS, and he is actively getting one on TS Madison as well. And so it has been kind of back and forth, and it has gotten so big that it's like, oh my God, there are now weapons involved, there are house drive-bys involved. Do you have the house drive-by, Jasmine? There's drive-bys of houses, and it has just gotten out of hand. So this is real footage, okay? And I'm sure that this is what TS used to get the restraining order on DL Whisperer, and of course maybe some threats that have been made, and, you know, vice versa with him and her getting on live with guns and stuff, because, you know, the type of information that I'm giving you, yeah, they would probably ride by my house if they could and get away with it. But, you know, I ain't scared of you, and I'm definitely not him. You can't put no restraining orders on me. Because the information, like I said, I am the only independently funded media site out here, meaning there's no celebrity in my pocket that funds what I do, or no entity.
Now, obviously, guys, they didn't read the fine print, because the TPO also said, do not let third parties do your dirty work for you. So the statements that Tasha K made in her show did not age well at all, because not soon thereafter, I think it was even the next morning, or maybe 2 days after, guys, it went fast. They scooped your boy Naquan, aka the DL Whisperer. They scooped his ass up. Instead of letting him finish his breakfast, you know, drinking his orange juice, child, they offered him a bologna sandwich to enjoy with other felons right there in the precinct, courtesy of Tasha K. I'm telling you guys, you can't make this shit up. I have never seen the universe act so quickly. This is what you call instant, well, I don't know if it is instant karma, but it went fast. And you know the internet can't stay silent. So this quickly came out. And the first articles were already written, child. It said the following. widely known online as the DL Whisperer, was arrested this morning at approximately 10:22 in the a.m. Okay, so 10:22, guys. He might have had his breakfast. I don't know. But this was about 2 weeks ago. Week and a half. He was arrested on counts of felony aggravated stalking, according to the arrest records obtained by Gay Magazine. Authorities confirmed that a warrant had been issued prior to his arrest. Now, that warrant I will not get into today, but he's been stalking someone else as well, and they came forth as well. Guys, when I tell you the problems are piling up, he doesn't have just one problem, TS, or what. He has multiple problems, guys. Take it from me. But I digress. The arrest was carried out by the Gilmer County Sheriff's Office. Details surrounding the circumstances that led to the warrant have not yet fully been disclosed. As a publication, it remains unclear whether Palmer has secured legal representation or when he is expected to appear before a judge. Palmer's arrest comes on the heels of Gay Magazine's recent exclusive reportings that Gilmer County judge granted a temporary protective order to the media personality TS Madison against him. In that coverage, court documents detailed allegations that led to the court to approve the temporary order, pending a future hearing. Now, guys, since then, a lot has been going on. Now, first, he didn't have legal representation, but let Tasha K tell it now. He just got a lawyer. He went in that courtroom alone and let the word on the streets tell it, child. He sat in that court alone, not a parent in sight, not an auntie, not an uncle, not a nobody. Talking about real friends, being hyped up by everybody. And then once, the lawsuits hit, once you run your mouth and the people hype you up to do it, all of a sudden you are alone. If that is not the biggest lesson, guys, I don't know what is. A possible 1 to 10 years in jail and a fine of $10,000. Now, the irony of this all is that the DL Whisperer not long ago started a GoFundMe. Now, this GoFundMe, because he felt it in the pits of his stomach, guys, this GoFundMe was supposedly for him getting legal help when needed against TS Madison, if ever it came to that. But looking at this whole situation, that whole $10,000, because I think the goal was like $10,000 or $12,000. I don't know how much he accumulated. I'll put it up on the screen if I can find it. But that whole amount that he accumulated, guys, that whole amount is going straight to his bill, I assume. But child, he has been locked up ever since. But leave it up to the internet. They started to apply pressure to Tasha K, asking her like, girl, wasn't this your friend? Weren't you going up for him and telling him you backed him up? Where's your backup now? Aren't you helping him?
People that I would never take serious is folks who run to Tasha K. Most times, because sometimes she has some interesting characters on her show. But for those that we kind of keep up with, and then they end up going to Tasha K for a bigger platform or to have like a megaphone to yell their experiences out to us, I would never take those people serious. Ever. Especially if you're helping her with whatever agenda she's trying to push. I'm never going to take you serious because the same thing you're doing on her show, you can do by your motherfucking self. I saw that homeboy just got arrested and he has no bond. And I'm just wondering, the same way that he accumulated all that support with the GoFundMes and all the things in between, will that now help him, transition legally? Because you can do all this, but a lot of people cower in court. They really don't have all that bite that they do online. That's why you should never let your right hand know what your left hand doing, and especially going to Tasha K.
So when all these commentaries on the internet blew up, TikTok, Instagram, everybody started to butt into that conversation, especially from the LGBTQ community. When they applied the pressure, Tasha K and Michelle ATLien Brown, that had been, dip and dabbling her dirty toe. Let me not say dirty toe. Dip and dabbling her toe into this whole situation, which I will not get into. When they felt the pressure and they were like, okay, we need to come forth, TS Madison beat them to it.
Between myself and the DL Whisperer, I was actually downloading the metadata from his own mouth to use in a court of law against him. And let's be clear here, the reason why the whisper is whispered right now is because I learned from you. I learned what to and what not to do. I got great counsel. Just understand that it's a new day. And on this new day, y'all not gonna be playing with TS like that. That goes for you, Miguela Gorilla, ATLien. That goes for you, Trashy K. That goes for the Whispered. That goes for any of you that want to play those games with me.
She was just quiet as a mouse, sitting in the corner, collecting all her data. Now, as you could tell, guys, now the pressure was really applied. Now the pressure was really high because it came from, the internet streets, from influencers. It came from TS. It came from everywhere. So Tasha K, she came forth.
Moving on. All right, man in a wig. All right, DL Whisperer. So, a lot of you guys have been waiting on me to talk about this. I didn't want to add to his situation by talking about it. I have spoke with his management team, and they are doing the right thing by just saying, hey, he's good. He is obtaining a lawyer, and he's just trying to get out of here. He didn't realize how many people were after him, trying to target him, to take him down, and so he's in good spirits. And he's healthy, and yes, he will have a bail hearing here soon. Now that he's got legal counsel, and he'll be out in no time. Okay, and so of course, due to the restraining order. I don't know. Did I talk to them about this restraining order stuff before, or was it on TashaKLive.com? You know what I feel responsible for? Is not telling him how these restraining orders work. When you have a restraining order, you cannot post or indirectly post or even allude to anything posting regarding who put the restraining order on you. Now, he did put a restraining order on TS Madison as well. TS Madison knows the restraining order game, okay, and did not violate it. So they took him sharing our video down to the court and used an interview that we did way before this whole beef took off, okay? It was in the early stages of their beef because TS Madison, okay, shared DL Whisperer's credit report on her platform.
Now, I would like to quickly pause, guys, and I would like to look at doxing. Because what is doxing exactly? Now, why I'm asking this question, you will soon find out. But let's look at the definition real quick. Doxing is the act of publicly revealing someone's personal information, such as their full name, their address, their contact number, workplace, or photos, without their consent, usually to harass, threaten, or to shame them. It can happen through social media posts, group chats, forums, or any online platform.
You be trying to dox me like I ain't sitting up with your foot with all your information.
Right.
I'm just not a bitch that's gonna be. I don't like the doxing shit.
Right.
But don't you for once think that because you sitting on talking about something, you done look me up and you done research me. Like I don't have a file. Like I don't have your file on my desk too. I just don't be online doing that.
Yeah.
Because and
it's really illegal to do that.
Tap that and swipe. Girls talking about properties and shit that they own ain't nowhere on their credit report. Ain't nowhere on it.
All I see is judgments.
And I'm just like, girl, swipe.
It's so much to swipe through. Not a $62,000 balance. Is that debt?
Now, after the clip that we just saw of T.S. Madison, talking to Greg, not calling out anyone's name, just stating out certain things that she saw in Let Her Tell It, a credit report. Was that then doxing? So I tried to look up, is it still doxing if you do not call out someone's name, if you do not give out someone's address, and the numbers and things that you state aren't really connected to, a name? Is it then still doxing? Now, the internet said the following. Reading and disclosing information from someone's credit report, even without explicitly sharing their name or address, can be considered a form of doxing. A form of doxing. If it is done to reveal private information, harass, or embarrass them. Doxing is defined as the act of collecting any revealing private sensitive information about an individual without their consent, often for malicious purposes. While doxing often involves posting a name and address, it also applies to releasing private records, sharing personal financial data like credit cards or account details obtained through unauthorized access, or intentional exposure, the goal is usually to shame, embarrass, or cause harm to the target. Now, guys, you know your girl. You tell me. I try to be always honest. Now, some might say, Deb, are you on TS side? Or, I don't know. You tell me. What does it look like? But I try to still be honest and to see like, okay, one did that, the other did that, and what do we call it?
Are y'all really, like, y'all don't find it strange, that whole DL Whisper, Dominique Morgan, TS Madison situation? Y'all don't find that strange? That they was all, like, in on, like, trying to take him down? Y'all don't find that strange? That they haven't even had a court date yet, and he got arrested? Y'all don't find that strange? The court date was March 3rd, I think. I think it's March 3rd. I want to know what he did to violate it. I bet you it was something that TS man has concocted. Because if they arrested him in Gilmer County, he wasn't nowhere near Conyers.
Now, Michelle, I really don't know for the life of me why you want to insert yourself into all of this shit. I really do not know. Now, I personally believe that you want to insert yourself because of relevance, maybe, because this will keep your name out in these streets. Now, I also think another reason why you insert yourself in all of this mess is because you don't like TS because of Funky Dineva and your beef with Funky Dineva. Now, them being friends and them being associated with each other automatically gives you like a ugh. But you take it really far, girl. And you saying you don't like this, you don't like that. Now, Michelle, there's a lot that people don't like about your ass either.
Michelle, you big, fat, funky, frowsy bitch. And I'm going to do you one better. While we on the line, Oliver saw your ass at the Nene Leakes show. And he came back and reported that you still just as musty, still just as stank, and still just as funky as you was 10 years ago when me and you stopped talking, when me and you used to go to dinner and you smelled bad. Why you sitting up on your YouTube always talking about me, you fat, funky, fish-smelling, frowsy, fat bitch. You old, you fat, you stink, you're not smart, you're non-degreed, you're washed up, your self-esteem is in the dump. You don't have a man, you don't have a baby, two things that you wanted, but your pussy was too corroded to get. Nobody in Atlanta sees it for you. You have no access to any networks. We have not seen you on any TV shows, any specials. You don't host anything. You don't get any bookings. You don't shop better than me. You don't eat better than me. You don't live better than me. You don't ride better than me. You don't vacation better than me. You don't have better friends than me. You don't smell better than me. You're not smarter than me. You're not more articulate than me. You don't have more weight in this space than me. So what you saying, bitch?
Girl, in all actuality, you have nothing to do with this shit. Just give your commentary. Just report on it. Don't insert yourself in it. Because before you know it, Michelle, you will be neck deep into this shit. And I don't think you want that.
Just because I don't be saying nothing, or I may read y'all bitch or call y'all motherfucking names and shit like that, bitch, I've been keeping tabs and folders on you.
She's coming for all of you. She is not playing.
Appear at their home, drive around their neighborhood, things like that. I think that's definitely over the line, and that's the reason this board is issuing a protective. Now, in regards to, sir, do you have any questions?
So they can talk about me and they can do anything to me, but I just have to not do anything to them. I just want to make sure we're clear. So they can do whatever.
I understand what you're asking. The only thing I can answer, the only way I can answer that is right now there are 2 protective orders against you, and more than likely I can't speak for what's going to happen on your criminal case, but at some point you will have a bond, and you will probably have bond conditions as well, and they will probably be very similar to these protective orders. So what I can tell you right now is you are not to have any contact with Ms. Morgan or Ms. Hinton, and not to refer to them on social media, making threats, email them, text them, drive to the house, or get within 500 yards. Okay? And they will serve these on you sometime today or tomorrow. Okay? And you guys are welcome to hang out and get your copies of them.
Thank you. I ain't got no more. These were the cliff notes to this whole saga. Now, even though you didn't ask me for it, I thought you should know. Now, whether you are Team TS Madison or Team Tasha K or just Team no one, I'm just here with the popcorn and I just want to hear about this saga. One thing is very clear. This story went from messy to dark real fast. Now, a lot of you have been asking also about 90 Day Fiancé, whatever. Guys, please. Of course, I'm on it. But you know, I follow 2 couples, Birkin and Laura, And of course, Lisa and Daniel. And sometimes Lisa and Daniel's part is aired, and then a few days later, Beer Can and Laura. So I gotta wait because I got to put these two together. Otherwise, the video is too short. I don't like that. So when you are asking yourself, why does it take so long? I'm waiting for the footage, guys. And then once I edit this whole thing, guys, and I put it up, sometimes I get copyright strike. You know what I'm going through, guys. You know, I know you don't care, but I'm going through it. So wait, the video is coming. I saw all these clips, guys. I don't even want to talk about it. I want to talk about it when it's time. I think tomorrow I can finish the video. I already started. It's going to be wild. Now, guys, click a like, click a subscribe for your girl if you have not already and you stop by and you go away without subscribing. This I don't like. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.